becoming more and more in a kind of an invasive species in college sports, because it is all about, I mean, whether it's college basketball or college football, if you think you can make more money elsewhere, you're going into the transfer portal. If you think that you can go somewhere else and maybe put yourself in a better position financially or in the future financially, if you're looking at going to the next level in the NFL, the NBA, that's what you do. But we've got a lot of guys who have switched teams. Dennis, give me your list of players, or maybe it's just one, who's going to be the biggest impact transfer this season.
I think Jermaine Burton at Alabama. They've had a breakaway home run hitting receiver really every year since 2010 in Julio Jones. And I think Jermaine Burton is that guy. You can talk about Tyler Harrell, the transfer from Louisville, but Tyler Harrell isn't proven yet. And some may say Jermaine Burton isn't proven yet, but I think he's being brought in to be bred to be that guy, to be the next Jameson Williams, to be the next, home run hitter they've had there. And I did a story earlier in the year about how receiver has become not the highest paid, but the second most important position on the field, and Alabama's had a lot to do with that. From 2018 through 2022, they had 5 receivers taken in the top 15. That's unprecedented over that time period. Never happened before. Going back 25 years, Ohio State and Alabama had the most receivers taken in the first round. And until last month, Alabama was leading. In the last 25 years, Alabama had the most first-round receivers. Now, most of that's backloaded. But I think Jermaine Burton's going to be that guy. And I don't think the offense will be the same, because I don't think they have the running back or the offensive line to grind it out like they have before, maybe even a couple of years ago that they had to do this. So they need to stretch the field. Obviously, every team needs explosive plays. And I think Jermaine Burton's going to be a breakout player this year.
To me, it's Caleb Williams at Southern Cal. And the reason being is he's obviously one of the best players in college football. We got a glimpse of that last year, seeing him play at Oklahoma. But this is really all about Southern Cal making the Pac-12 relevant again, making Southern Cal relevant again in college football. And he has all the ability to bring that and the centered focus on the West Coast back into the college football elite. He's the guy that's tasked with doing that, something that USC has not been able to do since the college football playoff has really been started. And probably since Oregon, the first year, getting to the national championship game, and then Washington in a semifinal appearance after that, that was it. And really, you could say after that first opening drive by Washington in that game, that's pretty much been it for the Pac-12. So all of that weighs on the shoulders of Caleb Williams, but he's very much up for the task. He's obviously got a lot of talent out around him, and he's an assistant that he knows very well with arguably the best play caller in the country in Lincoln Riley. So he, to me, is the player that I think will make the biggest impact, but also needs to make the biggest impact.
Did you say earlier in the show that anything short of a playoff appearance for USC would be underachievement in year one?
Correct. I think it'd be a disappointment. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now, at least in my mind, and looking at the landscape of college football, and in particular the Pac-12. And I would have said the Pac-12 South if that division still existed, but they just did away with that in the Pac-12. So it's USC and Oregon, and I give the edge to USC. They've got just as talented of a roster, in my opinion, maybe not in the trenches, but as far as skill players, they've got it. And they've got the best quarterback in that conference, one of the best potentially in the country. Obviously, a guy we're going to talk about up for the Heisman. So they should win it. With everything all the money they invest in the Lincoln Riley and all the hype around it, if they're not, it can't be viewed as anything else than a disappointment.
And Dennis,
do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.